Did you know? Many dog owners still believe they must be the alpha. It comes from old wolf studies. But our dogs are not wild wolves. That misunderstanding still shapes how millions train today. Subscribe, like, and share if you have ever heard the alpha myth. Understanding key aspects of dog ownership can transform your relationship. We will bust myths and show a calmer, clearer way. Comment your dog's name to join the pack. Support with subscribe and supers to help fund the AI tools behind these videos. Many of us have been told that to have a well-behaved dog, we need to be the alpha, the dominant pack leader. We're encouraged to act like a forceful boss, believing this is the language our dogs understand. But what if this entire approach is built on a misunderstanding? When we try to dominate our dogs, we aren't communicating leadership. We're just creating confusion. Imagine being given a job with no clear instructions, where your boss is unpredictable, sometimes friendly, sometimes angry, and any mistake is met with a sharp reprimand. You wouldn't feel motivated, you'd feel lost. That's exactly what happens to our dogs. This constant state of confusion inevitably leads to anxiety. A dog who can't predict what will happen next lives in a state of low-grade chronic stress. They don't know how to please you, and they don't know how to avoid your displeasure. This uncertainty erodes their confidence and makes them feel perpetually unsafe in their own home, with their own family. And here's the critical part. That anxiety often looks like what we call bad behavior. The pulling on the leash isn't defiance, it's a desperate attempt to escape a stressful situation. The frantic barking isn't aggression, it's a panicked alarm bell. The destructive chewing isn't spite, it's a self-soothing behavior, like a person nervously biting their nails. We see a bad dog, but what we're really looking at is a scared dog. The old alpha myth tells you that you must dominate your dog to fix these behaviors. It prescribes harsh corrections, loud and angry voices, and even physical force. This advice is not just outdated, it's actively harmful. It's a complete misinterpretation of animal behavior, based on flawed observations of captive wolves from decades ago, a theory that the original researcher himself has since spent years trying to debunk. A true pack leader in a family of dogs or a human-dog partnership is not a bully. A true leader provides calm, confident direction. They are the source of safety and predictability in a chaotic world. Their role is to provide security, not to inspire fear. Think of the best teacher or mentor you've ever had. They didn't yell or intimidate you into learning. They guided you, supported you, and created an environment where you felt safe enough to try, fail, and try again. That is true leadership. Force does not teach a dog what you want them to do, it only teaches them what to fear, and that fear poisons your relationship. It can create a host of new, more severe problems, or make existing ones much worse. This includes heightened aggression towards strangers or other dogs, debilitating shyness that prevents them from enjoying life, intense separation anxiety, or reactivity on walks. Take a moment and really try to think from your dog's perspective. They look to you for absolutely everything, for food, for water, for shelter, and most importantly, for love and guidance. You are the center of their universe, their primary source of safety. Now imagine if that source of safety suddenly becomes scary, unpredictable, and a source of pain. Their entire world flips upside down. The one being they trust to protect them becomes the one they fear. An unstable environment creates an unstable dog. You cannot achieve a balanced, happy companion through fear and intimidation. It's a fundamental contradiction. So when you see these so-called bad behaviors, try to see them for what they truly are. They are not acts of defiance or a play for dominance. They are desperate cries for help from an animal who is confused, anxious, and looking to you for guidance they can actually understand. So, how do we lead without intimidation? It starts by understanding that a calm, confident leader provides structure, not stress. This isn't about being an alpha or a drill sergeant. It's about becoming the one your dog can look to for guidance and safety, the calm anchor in their world. Think of it this way, your dog is constantly asking questions. Is this safe? What should I do now? How should I feel about this? A predictable environment and a consistent leader provide the answers. Your dog needs to know what to expect from you in their environment because predictability creates security. When they know the rules of the house and the rhythm of the day, they don't have to spend their energy worrying. They can simply relax and be a dog. To achieve this, your energy is the most important tool you have. It's more powerful than any command or piece of equipment. Before you even speak, your posture, your breathing, and your heart rate are communicating with your dog. Dogs feel our energy more than our words. If you're anxious, frustrated, or tense, your dog will mirror that uncertainty. They'll think, my leader is worried, so there must be something to worry about. This is especially true on walks. Nervous energy travels right down the leash. A tight grip, a racing heart, and shallow breaths are like sending a constant stream of warning signals to your dog, putting them on high alert. But when you are calm, when you breathe deeply and hold the leash with a relaxed hand, you send a very different message. Calm tells them everything is okay. It says, I've got this, you can relax. You can then provide clear rules, boundaries, and limitations, with that same quiet confidence. This isn't about being harsh, it's about being clear and consistent. For example, a clear boundary is no jumping on guests. Instead of yelling down, after the fact, you calmly block the jump or use the leash to guide your dog into a sit, showing them the correct way to greet someone. Another is to have them wait calmly for food. This simple act of impulse control, waiting for your release cue before diving in, reinforces your role as the provider and teaches patience. And on the walk, the expectation is to walk beside you or behind you. This isn't about dominance, it's about teamwork and focus. This kind of order lets dogs relax. When they aren't in charge of making big decisions, they are free from the burden of leadership, a job they never wanted in the first place. The daily walk is a powerful ritual to bond and lead. It's your chance to practice this calm leadership in motion, fulfilling your dog's primal need to travel and explore with their pack. If they drag you, they are leading you. So it's time to restructure the walk. This doesn't mean yanking the leash. It means if your dog pulls, you simply stop, become a tree, wait for the leash to go slack, then calmly resume. By having them follow you, you're not just reinforcing your leadership, you're also helping them drain both physical and mental energy in a structured way, which leads to a calmer dog at home. And remember the golden rule: reward calm, not anxiety. If your dog is whining or pacing and you pet them to soothe them, you're actually rewarding the anxious behavior. If this approach to leadership is resonating with you, tap subscribe and drop a comment to let us know what you're working on with your dog. Instead, wait for that moment of quiet. The second they sit, lie down, or take a breath, that's when you teach that calmness earns your wonderful affection. True leadership isn't about being the boss. It's about being the calmest and most consistent presence in your dog's life, creating a partnership built on trust and mutual respect. We've talked a lot about what doesn't work, the myths, the outdated theories of dominance and being the alpha. So if you remember only one thing from our entire conversation, let it be this simple, powerful truth: it is the foundation upon which everything else is built. The secret to a partnership that lasts a lifetime. You must build trust above all else. Not control, not submission, but deep, unwavering trust. Think of it this way: trust is the currency of your relationship. It's the emotional bank account you share with your dog. Every positive, predictable, and fair interaction is a deposit. Every confusing, frightening, or inconsistent moment is a withdrawal. A healthy relationship is one with a massive surplus of trust. This currency is more powerful than any treat, stronger than any leash, and far more effective than any command. Treats can motivate, but a dog who trusts you will try for you even when the food is gone. A leash is a tool for safety and guidance, but trust is the invisible connection that truly keeps you together. Commands get behaviors, but trust earns willing cooperation. The old methods, rooted in fear and intimidation, get brittle compliance. The dog might obey, but they do so to avoid a negative consequence. Their spirit is diminished, their anxiety is heightened, and the relationship is fractured. Trust, on the other hand, gets you a true partner. A dog that wants to follow you, not because they have to, but because they believe in your leadership. A dog that genuinely wants to please you, because your shared bond is rewarding in itself. And most importantly, a dog that feels fundamentally safe in your care, knowing you will make good decisions for them. So how do we build it? Understand that every single interaction either builds trust or breaks it. There is no neutral ground. You build it through unwavering consistency. This means the rules are the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. If they aren't allowed on the couch, they are never allowed on the couch. This predictability creates a world that makes sense to your dog, which reduces anxiety and builds their faith in you as a reliable leader. You build it when you become your dog's protector. Manage the world so they do not have to react. This means crossing the street to avoid an out-of-control dog, or asking a stranger not to pet them if they're feeling shy. You are their filter for the world, their safe harbor. When you advocate for them in stressful situations, like at the vet or in a crowded space, their trust deepens profoundly. You are showing them, through action, "I've got this, you don't need to worry." This is true leadership. Every day, embody that trustworthy leadership with a simple, balanced formula. Exercise, discipline, then affection. Fulfill their physical and mental needs first, through structured walks and training. Then, and only then, offer affection. This structure reinforces your role as the calm, benevolent leader who provides everything they need. So, be calm. Your energy is the first thing your dog reads. Be consistent. Your rules are their map of the world. And be their advocate. Your protection is their peace of mind. When you focus on building this foundation of trust, everything else falls into place. The pulling on the leash, the barking at the door, the reactivity, these problems get easier to solve because you're no longer just correcting a behavior, you're healing a relationship. You're speaking a language your dog was always meant to understand. Forget being an alpha. Become a calm, confident leader your dog trusts. Structure, advocacy, and consistency build respect without fear. An informed owner creates a balanced, happy member of the family. Comment your dog's name and one thing you learned today. Share this with a dog lover who needs it. Subscribe, like, and become a member for perks and live Q&A. Your supers keep this channel and our AI platforms running. Best next step, take a calm, structured walk today, lead the way and see how it feels.